In the 1700s, there lived a monk named Dionysius. He lived in a monastery on Mount Athos. As a self-taught painter, throughout his life he created various iconographic depictions of events from the Bible, martyrdoms of the saints, and visualizations of the spiritual life. Before his death, he compiled what he had learned into a manual for future iconographers. Within this manual is an excerpt describing the spiritual reality of the world we currently inhabit.
How to represent the vain life of this world. Draw a small circle, and in it an old man with a rounded beard, wearing a crown on his head and royal robes. He is seated on a stool with his hands outstretched to either side and holding a veil. Around the wheel write these words: the vain and deceitful and fraudulent world. Outside the first wheel make another larger wheel. Between the two wheels make 4 semicircles crosswise, and between them put the 4 seasons of the year: spring, summer, autumn, winter. And above spring, thus, a man seated among flowers and green grass. He wears a wreath of flowers on his head, and he holds in his hand a lute on which he plays. To the right side draw summer. Thus, a man wearing a wide-brimmed hat and holding a sickle, in which he harvests a field. In the lower part, draw autumn thus: a man beating trees and knocking down the fruit and leaves. In the left hand, draw part winter thus: a man wearing furs and a hood. He is seated with a fire in front of him and warms himself. Outside the second circle, draw another larger circle, and between it and the second circle make 12 segments around them. In them put the 12 signs of the zodiac of the 12 months. Outside the third and larger circle, put the 7 ages of man thus. Below, in the right hand part of it, draw an infant climbing upward, and right in front of it, above the circle, child, 7 years old. Further up, draw another larger child, and write boy, 14 years old. Higher up, draw another youth with mustache, and write youth, 21 years old. Above the apex of the circle, draw another with an incipient beard, seated on a throne with his feet on a cushion, and his hands outstretched to either side. He holds a scepter in his right hand, and a money bag in his left hand. He wears a crown and royal robes. Below him, above the circle, write young man, 28 years old. Below him, in the left half, draw another man with a pointed beard, lying on his back, looking up, and write man, 48 years old. Below him, draw another man lying on his face with gray hair, and write older man, 56 years old. Below him, draw another man with a white beard, bald, and lying on his face with his hands hanging down, and write old man, 75 years old. Below the wheel, draw a tomb, and in it a large dragon, having in its mouth a man lying on his face, similar to the one in the middle. Near to him is death, and he is in the middle of the tomb holding a large sickle, which he puts to the neck of the old man and drags him down. Write these words outside the wheel next to the mouths of the men. By the first, that is to say the infant, write, when will you go up higher? By the second, that is to say the child, write, turn quickly, O time, so that I may go upward quickly. By the boy, behold, I have come near to sit on the throne. By the youth, who exists like me, and who is more excellent than I? By the man, O time, how I do see youth passing away. By the older man, O world, how you have deceived me in my wretchedness. By the old man, alas, alas, O death, who can flee from thee? By the tomb, the all-devouring hell and death. By him whom the dragon is devouring, these words, woe, and who will rescue me from the all-devouring hell? Put 2 angels to the right and to the left outside the circle with half halos on their heads and turning the wheel with cords. And by the right hand, angel write day, and by the left hand one night. Over the circle write the inscription, the vain life of the deceitful world.